most of the misery I've experienced in my life happened when I was a Christian. And it's like in my experience, it's like a drug. You know, you accept Jesus into your heart and you get this initial high. You know, it's just a placebo. But then if you don't find ways to keep that going, then people are like, well, it's like you feel like you have to have that, or you don't really have him in your heart. So it's like you have to constantly, I don't know, it's an illusion that you're chasing after, and it's not real. And I can understand why people call religious belief a mental illness. It really and truly is like putting blinders on. You cannot see, you absolutely cannot fathom anybody else having any happiness in their life, or any meaning to their life, or any satisfaction or contentment in their life if they don't believe like you believe, and if they don't see the world like you see the world. That's what religion indoctrination does to probably what are really nice people. Anyway, I'm trying to not turn this into a rant. I'm actually very angry. I went and blocked this person because he's been writing these incredibly patronizing letters to me and comments. And I've asked him repeatedly to please stop. And the constant, I will pray for you. And I tried to explain to him why that is actually offensive for him to keep saying that to me, because what he's praying for is that I will find the light. Anyway, and yet he keeps putting that in his notes. I wanted to read the last one. I did go and block him, and then I unblocked him because I felt like, you know, I said I will block you if you keep this up, but then I blocked him. So I feel like, okay, well, I need to let him have one more chance. Although I don't really particularly feel like, you know, people get on people's cases who block people. I don't feel that that's, people don't have to have allowed comments on any of their videos. You know, people have their privacy, and what I think we've lost touch with that. The thing that I keep thinking about with this guy is, if I was Jewish, or if I was a Muslim, if I was a Buddhist, if I had any other religious belief, would he come at me every day and say, oh, your Judaism isn't going to work for you, yet, or act like it's a coat I put on every morning, you know, oh, that doesn't work for you, you need to wear something else. It's part of me. It's how my brain works. You know, if you read about something and you read enough about it to realize that it's a lie, can you go back and believe in it again? Can you totally disregard all the things that you have come to read, and not just read, but experience for yourself in your life? Can you go back and try to wear that shirt again and pretend like everything you know is... Anyway, I guess my point is, he would not be showing this kind of discourtesy to somebody who had other beliefs. But he acts like the fact that I'm an atheist is like a disease or a condition that I can cure. It's not a disease or a condition. It doesn't need to be cured. It's a waking up. It's a realization. It's coming to understand the big picture and realize that you've been fed a bunch of shit, a bunch of bullshit your whole life, and you never bothered to stop and actually look at it and really think about what exactly it is that you believe in. So this is what he wrote me, and this is just one example of the kind of letters he's been writing me. They're very, very long, and they totally show total disregard for my feelings, or how I see the world, or the discoveries I've made, or the lessons I've learned, or the conclusions I've come to. Complete disregard. Okay, I have to fess up, as I said before. I almost never talk to people on YouTube. In fact, this morning I was telling my wife about our internet conversations and how I have been ... for you. This is the person that had written Dark Viper, a very, very long email, and I'm sure it wasn't the only one either. So he's telling me that he almost never talks to people on YouTube. It seems to me that he goes trolling for atheists. I looked at his page when I was over there blocking him, and I saw that he had watched other atheist videos. It seems like he's trolling for atheists to spread his message, which I find very patronizing. You see, when I watched your videos, it was like reliving a nightmare from my past. No, it wasn't you. It was what you were talking about from the age of 17 to 32. Actually, it's the age of 12 to... I became an atheist about 4 years ago now. So I was an atheist for almost 40 years of my life. But whatever. I went through a literal hell because all I wanted to do was have someone to love me. And when I turned to Christians, thinking that I would be shown the love of Jesus, I was subjected to the most hideous, evil, nasty, mean-spirited hatred, and was led about and talked to the point where I seriously considered buying a gun and blowing my brains out. You know, that's funny because that's not my experience. Most of the Christians I've known have been incredibly loving people. But anyway, growing up, all I wanted to do was be a teacher, and I was going to college and was a youth director at a Baptist church. And my wonderful pastor got a message from God that secretly I wanted to molest little children. This is what I'm talking about. You find a lot of mentally ill people in religion, into religion. That's why I think you see so much child abuse in Catholicism. You know, they tell priests, I don't know if it's still the same, but they tell priests that they can't live like a natural person and they end up going after little children. You know, you put somebody in, you take somebody and say that you can't live like you're supposed to live. You basically make an artificial environment for a human being, and when they can't live in that artificial environment in a healthy way, then they become sick and they go after little children. Anyway, I'm feeling uncomfortable reading this. This is the first time I've read this letter. I've been trying to avoid reading this man's letters because they're so frickin' long and preachy. It's like, okay, you're telling me about yourself, and I don't really want to put that all over the internet. But what I'm thinking too is, it's like, what does his story have to do with my story? You know, this is the one that I wanted to read. I do have to ask how on earth you can talk about me having zero respect for you according to what you believe. You are nothing but a primate who wound up existing by chance. There is no such thing as sin or right or wrong. Yes, there is such a thing as right or wrong. There is no such thing as sin. Do you not understand the difference between those two concepts? Because I'm a primate, you would have zero respect for me? I'm nothing but a primate. That's how he phrases it. I'm nothing but a primate. I don't understand why recognizing what I am in the natural world makes me less than what I was a minute ago. I am a primate. I have read a lot about other primate species. I personally don't find anything shameful about being what I am, and I did wind up existing by chance, and I consider that a pretty amazing thing. When you think of all the possible people that could have existed, if even one person in my family history, on my family tree, did not meet another one of those people, I would never have existed. It's pretty amazing that I'm here, and I think it's something that I should really appreciate. This is a life that I get to have that so many people don't ever get to have, and I appreciate it a lot. So I don't understand why he feels a need to belittle my life just because I don't believe in his God. You truly live such an inconsistent life here on YouTube. You talk in your videos about how you've always wanted to be good, yet according to you there can't be good and evil. there can be good and there can be good. I don't like to say evil because evil has religious implications. There's good and bad. People can do good or people can do bad. People can be mean-spirited or people can be loving. I've always wanted to be good. I've always wanted to be loving. I don't think that I'm a bad person. I don't know why he has to continue to put his little religious titles, or he's trying to interpret everything I say in through his little filters that he's put up because of his religion. There can't be good and evil. To have good and evil, you would have to have had someone create the laws in the first place. Yeah, human beings over time have come up with the laws of how to be respectful to others, what is respectful and what isn't respectful, what is doing kindness and what is doing cruelty. I mean, a lot of that's just basic understanding that even other animal species understand. And you huff and puff about how God is such a myth, yet you talk about being outraged at Christians about stuff. I'm outraged about what the religion has done to the world. I'm outraged about how Christians like this person have treated me. I'm outraged about having people shove their beliefs down my throat, completely disregarding my feelings and what I think about it. It is a myth. It's a very damaging myth, and it continues to cause a lot of harm. And I feel like the more people talk, call a spade, you know, and whatever. It needs to be eradicated from the planet. It has caused so much damage to this planet and to our society. And that's what I huff and puff about. But we are nothing but byproducts of evolution. We are not special. There is no such thing as right and wrong. The only thing man as an animal is created for is to reproduce and carry on the genes. Isn't that sad? I think it's sad that this person, if there isn't any God, that's how he sees humans. That's what humans become to him. They cease to be special to him if there is no God. I think all life is special. I think my cats are special. I think the little individuals I have up in the bird cages upstairs are special. I think every living thing on this planet is special. I think the friends I've known are special. I think that the feelings I have in my heart for my friends is special. I think I am special. I think that my specialness comes from how I try to be a good person and how I try to how I make a conscious effort to try to not be mean to other people. I think I'm special because of the people that I've known who've loved me. But apparently to this guy, you have to have a God in order to be special. And wow. I personally don't think anything on this planet is, and that's the other thing he writes, is created for. No, we're not created at all. We aren't created. We exist. We are born. We live. We die. This is our time. We're part of this wonderful, amazing phenomenon that's called the universe. That's why your atheism, this is where he sounds like he's talking about, I just put a shirt on. That's why you're atheist, or like I have a disease. This is how it sounds to me, like he's referring to a part of what is part of my identity now as a disease. That's why your atheism will fail you in the end. You cannot live this way. You can't wake up every morning believing that you just happen to exist. I can't. Why not? And that there is no ultimate purpose in life. Yeah, there is ultimate purpose. You know what my ultimate purpose in life is? My ultimate purpose in life is to try to make a difference in the world around me. To smile when I don't feel like smiling, and maybe shake off a bad mood, and maybe make somebody else a little happier. Maybe tell a joke that makes somebody laugh. Maybe take care of somebody and not think for a while that I might live to regret it, or that they might turn around and hurt me. my ultimate purpose in life is to make every day count, and to in the short time I get to be here, make a difference, make a positive difference for even just one other person. And it's going to drive you crazy eventually, he says. That's and I guess the ultimate purpose in life to him is that we're waiting to die, so that we can live forever in some other plane with this God who has been sitting above us, judging us our whole lives. That's the ultimate purpose he thinks that we need to have to be happy. So please keep this message. This is where the patronizing just goes up way into the red, the patronizing meter. So please keep this message on your account. And when you come to that point in your life that you were wrong and that you do need the Savior, feel free to contact me, as I do care for you, Chris. Yeah. It's like you totally can't imagine thinking or anything else that in this world that can possibly have any meaning other than his God and his belief system. I don't even think when I was a Christian I was so oblivious to other people's what was important to other people and their views on the world. So anyway, I think it's sad that there are people like this. I feel badly for this guy because he probably is a really nice person, and it really does sound like he's had some struggles and he's trying to find a way to be happy. But I'm sorry, a crutch or a false... I think happiness comes from inside. I don't think it comes from outside. I don't think it comes from finding the right shirt to put on. And, you know, he says that it's bad that I'm just nothing but a primate. It's like, at least I no longer look in the mirror and think that here I am, I was born damaged. I was born a sinner. I came into this world a little tiny baby, corrupted, in need of fixing, in need of an artificial whatever to make myself right. You know, it's a horrible thing to live your life thinking that you're broken, thinking that you're damaged, and thinking that a supposedly loving God created you that way, or that a supposedly loving God blames you for the sin, there's that lovely word that I don't believe in, that somebody committed when they were ignorant and he had made them that way. So, fuck you, religion, and I'm sorry, but I don't buy it. I do believe in right and wrong. I do believe in good and bad. I believe that it's a good thing to try my hardest to be a loving friend and a caring person and trying to make other people happy. That's the meaning that I have in my life. The meaning that I have in my life, caring for the animals that I have and caring for myself and seeing a gorgeous sunset and drinking it up and being happy to be alive in such a beautiful world that we haven't completely managed to destroy yet. And that's my meaning, and I think it's a pretty good meaning. So how dare you judge me and decide that my meaning is less than yours just because I don't believe as you believe. I think that's just really sad. And it made me really angry, and I don't think it's respectful. So I thought it needed to be said. Sorry if I read something in here that you didn't want the world to know. I didn't mean to. It was the wrong email that I brought up to read. So that's all. Please learn something from this. Please learn that, and I'm talking to this person obviously, there's more to life. There's more to life than your little placebo or your little little drug that you have to have a fix all the time, or you're not going to be happy and your life is going to be meaningless for you. That's really sad. I was there. I had to live like that for a long, long time, and it's just, I'm so glad I don't have to be that way anymore. So that's all. Sorry if I sound like I'm majorly tired. I am. Bye.